Hello everybody, this is Jason Fisher from timeandfreedom.com here to do a review on Young Living. Now you might be just looking into the company, trying to find out more about its products and its business or its compensation plan, or maybe you've been involved with the company for a while and you're noticing some problems when it comes to retention and people staying active, and you're trying to find a solution to those problems. Well, let me share with you my story. Been in this industry for 24 years. My first 12 years, I started at age 17. I went from 5,000 folks down to 56 people, and I lost everything. I lost $1 million home. My second 12 years, I now have 5,000 folks that are active every single month. Same jockey, different horse. And at the end of my first 12 years, having 56 people, I finally realized, myself and many other industry leaders, that there's a universal principle. And if it's applied correctly in this industry, there's massive success. And if it's applied incorrectly, there's massive failure in the sense of having a lot of people active and having long-term residual income. And that universal principle is called the 80-20 rule. 80% of the people don't do much in this world. 80% of folks do nothing while 20% of people do something. Take 10 doctors or 10 lawyers or 10 chiropractors or 10 cab drivers. 2 are going to shine and 8 aren't going to do too much. And that also applies to the home-based business industry. Out of every 10, 8 aren't going to do much while 2 do something. And all of a sudden, I said, well, what the problem was in my first business when I had 56 people out of 5,000 that were active is I had a 20%er deal or a 5%er deal, 95-5 or 80-20. I only had 5% of the people that were active. 95% weren't active. And if I was going to throw my time and energy and reputation into something one more time, I needed to go find an 80%er deal, a 95%er deal, because what I was in was a 20%er deal. The only people that could justify the products in my business were the 20%ers or the 5%ers. The only ones that stayed active in the end were the 5%ers or the 20%ers. The 80%ers didn't have a shot in the dark because they couldn't justify those products long term. And then all of a sudden, the clouds parted and I finally realized why most of these home-based businesses fail. And that's because most of them are 20%er deals. They're not designed for the 80%ers. And 90 to 120 days into whatever business that you join, Young Living being one of those businesses that have great products, has wonderful products, but 90 to 120 days into it, when people can't justify those products at that price point, 90 to 120 days when their budgets changes to 120 to 150 to 200 or 300 a month in products they never bought before at a higher price point than they normally would consume, not only do they quit the business, but the tragic part is they stop being a customer and they stop being active on the board. Now, Young Living has great products, but the essential oils are quite expensive. And there are other products that people buy sometimes in their home are really expensive. And what I experienced in my former business was the same thing. Great product, but people didn't stay on them long term. And if people weren't trying to stay qualified to make income, they didn't stay buying as a customer long term because their budget changed to the tune of 120, 150, 200 a month. And I said to myself, if I'm going to throw my time and energy and reputation into something else one more time, I better go find something that the average person could promote and do. Who are the 80%ers? My mother, my sister, my brother, my next door neighbor. The average person that doesn't have a lot of sales experience or tenacity, I have to find something that they could do. And number 2 was, I needed to find a business that whether they built the business or not, whether they made income or not, they still stayed as a customer because it made sense to put their money in that store every single month from a customer standpoint. And I will tell you this, that myself and many industry leaders, we have come together and we have finally figured out 3 things that you need in a business if you are going to have the 80%ers active. And here are the 3. You need products that are consumables, that are necessities for all. Things that people have to buy, have to use, and have to reorder. You have to manufacture everything outside of paper goods and foods for the fridge so that you're not changing people's buying habits. Here's number 2. They've got to be considerably priced less than where they're buying. It's got to be more green and more natural and organic. They've got to be like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods quality type of products, but it's got to be at Walmart or below price point. If you don't have that, why would customers continually buy from your store? I've got 5,000 active people now. Most of them don't do the business, they just shop. But it's got to make sense for them to shop. Better quality product, better price point. And here's number 3. The partnership can't be 120, 150, 200 a month in products that they never bought before at price points they never would buy long term. It's got to be a low partnership, a low monthly order that you can stay qualified with the manufacturer. So that even if you were a single family home, you can still be a customer. And drop it down from the 150 to 200 to 300 a month. Drop it down to about $50 to $60 a month in things that you already bought before that you would normally consume on a monthly basis at a better price point than you normally would consume. If you do that, then you can keep customers buying for a lifetime. And again, the Young Living products, they're great products, but they are very pricey. And when the majority of people don't make income, the majority of people don't stay buying the products in the masses. And that is an industry problem that we have. As a whole, industry is keeping people active. And that's because we're changing people's buying habits and we're not pricing the products in the real marketplace against other leading products in its category. I will tell you that myself and many other industry leaders, we got together and we found an established 31-year-old company. 31 years that is growing faster in its 31st year than it did at the beginning. Took us 19 years to get to 500 million in net growth. 8 years later, another 500 million. 4 years later, another 500 million. And the last 16, 17 months, we've done over 500 million in net growth. I mean, that's how we are right now the largest direct sales company in U.S. sales volume. We're the fastest growing nationally and the fastest growing internationally because we're doing it right. We're making things that people have to buy, have to use, and have to reorder. We're making products that they have to use. We're pricing the products 30 to 50% below where you could normally buy it from in the stores. And our partnership is about $50 to $60 a month worth of products that they already are currently buying and using. Because the minute you start going outside of people's budgets, you're going to lose. And if you're asking them to buy more than what they normally consume, you're going to lose. And I will tell you that this has made the biggest difference in my life. This has made the biggest difference in my business partner's life. And I have finally not only have learned how to earn lifelong residual income, but learn how to teach other people to create massive abundance and success in their life as well, because we have the right principles that govern long-term residual income. I'm excited for you to find out the business model that I have chosen and many other industry leaders as myself have chosen and have deemed to be the only business model that does create lifelong residual income with a 96% reorder rate, with having customers that buy month in and month out, building a business to last a lifetime rather than a lunchtime. Click below to find out the business model that we've chosen. I'm excited to spend some time with you.